Hi, welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm going to sculpt with polymer clay. So let's get out your supplies. You need a plexiglass, and I'm going to use gold. I don't have yellow ochre and burnt sienna. Mix that together to get a color for a flower pot. So I'm just using my hands and I'm smushing it down into a coil and then just roll it back and forth, and see how I'm using my hands like that, and also I can use the plexiglass because it's oil based. You really do not want to use this on any other type of surface. Maybe a cutting board might be good, or glass, whatever you have. Okay, so I'm going to roll out a very thin coil, really thin, and I'm going to lightly pat it down, and I'm going to make it for the rim of the flower pot. So I'm going to cut the edges to kind of square it off using the metal scraper on both sides, and then carefully try to get it up. It's a little sticky. And then I'm going to put it along the rim. So go ahead, take your time, and just slowly, carefully put it on. And I thought it would look kind of cool. It's a little bit of a darker color too. All right, great. That's a choice. You don't have to do that. And I'm just slicing it between so I have a nice clean edge, and then just pat it down using a toothpick to tidy up any edges and also make sure it's attached. So I'm going to take green and blue and I'm going to mix it together. If you have already made green that you like for your succulent or aloe vera or whatever I'm making, I'm not sure what it is, go ahead and do that. But I added a little bit of brown just to kind of soften it. You could also add a little tiny bit of orange as well. And to one section of my green, about half of it, I'm going to add some yellow just to have some variations of the green and make it a little bit more brighter. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is roll it out, and when I'm rolling it out, I'm kind of making it more of like a triangle. So I'm using my fingers like this and then patting at the end. I'm going to make about 3 of them. You can make as many as you want, but I thought 3 would be enough. And then after I finish doing that, take your time with this, and I can slice it down a little bit with the toothpick, and I'm using the plexiglass plate just to have a couple of different shapes. I don't have to have them all the same. I'm going to use a toothpick to attach it, just kind of roll it on, and then use the other one and roll it on. Just take your time attaching it because the stuff can pop off after it's finished baking, and it's a little annoying when it does that, but a little bit of glue goes a long way too if that does actually occur. So there's a little succulent plant or aloe vera plant, whatever type of plant you want to make. I thought it would be a cute idea. Yeah, so this is brown and white. I wanted a different colored flower pot, so I'm going to mix this up. Take your time. It takes a lot longer than what I'm showing you, obviously, but I just thought fast forwarding it would be easier for you. And so then you're going to shape it. I'm using all 4 fingers, and I'm just kind of turning it as I go. Pat, 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 pat. Great. And then what I have is a variety of different greens, and I'm going to make little ones on the edges, and I'm going to make sure I've attached it. Sometimes one at a time, it's really good to attach it. I like the toothpick, but if you have a better tool than this, that's fine. Whatever works for you. And you can stop here. You can make whatever you want, but I thought, well, maybe I'll put a little cacti or something in the center. So I took a bit of red and then some white, and I am now going to mix it up. And again, I fast forwarded this, and I thought it was a little too bright. So I'm going to actually add a tiny bit of the green, and red and green make brown, and it's also part of the plant too because it's from the foliage. So I'm mixing that up, taking my time, and then I'm going to make a little ball, and I'm going to put that in the center. And so I'm going to roll it on the edge there, and then I thought, ooh, I could make some texture. So I just took it and just kind of jabbed it over and over and over and over again until you're happy with it. I thought it looked kind of cool. Again, do whatever you think looks nice. This is just some ideas. What I'm really super excited about sharing is actually adding metal to this, or wire to this. So this is a piece of galvanized wire. I'm bending it and I'm just sticking it into the clay right through about halfway of the piece like that. I'm going to repeat it. You might want to use a wire tool. I'm not. Might make it look a little bit nicer, but it's really cool. Once it finished baking, it actually is permanent, and it's like a little trinket or ornament. Just so very cool. So what else could you do? You could mix red and yellow together to make a softer yellow dash orange. And I thought this could be a fishy. So this is a small toothpick. Not toothpick, paper clip. It's a paper clip. And notice how I made sure the other end could be used. So think about that before you put it on it. But anyway, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. So add the tail to it and attach. You can do whatever you want with this. There are a lot of ideas out there. I just think it's really cool that you can add a paper clip or add it onto a paper clip. You can do a lot more with polymer clay, but sometimes it doesn't work. I have put it on like light switches and it just kind of popped right off. So it's not 100% permanent. It's pretty delicate, but it still looks awesome. So thank you so much for tuning in, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel and watching my process. I love the toothpick. Isn't that great? It's like an extension of your finger.